Spit and Anger is for everyone, because I really believe that everyone needs to understand where this anger comes from. You know, for boys, they need to understand the full impact that not having a father in their lives create. For men, we need to understand the same thing, but we also need to understand the pain that we create when we're not in the lives of our children. We need to be conscious about that. It is for women, because women have to deal with fatherless sons. You know, they have to deal with men who don't know how to treat women. I was told a couple of weeks ago in a conversation about domestic violence, particularly when we were talking about women, is don't believe that every boy has been taught not to knock you upside your head if he doesn't agree with you, boy, woman, girl, or not. And so to expect that all boys understand how to behave correctly with women is a false notion. They don't. They respond and they deal with women based on learned behaviors. So if they see domestic violence in their households, and that's how domestic violence and conflict resolution has been resolved in their households, why would we think when they got into their own relationships that they wouldn't respond in the same manner? And so, you know, for the film itself, it's critical for us to have this conversation so that both boys understand it, men understand it, girls understand it, women understand it, and the broader society understands, you know, that this is an issue that we just cannot ignore and dismiss in our community any longer. The film is also going to allow us to have a broader dialogue to find out where do we begin to start with solutions. You know, we're gonna have to have this conversation in our schools, in our churches, on our corners, in our private conversations with ourselves. This conversation of fatherless pain and fatherless emotion and fatherless anger is a conversation that must take place if we look to create any healing amongst our families and in our children. I often go back and I think about the movie Ghostbusters. And one of the themes in Ghostbusters was this ooze that was underneath the city. And while the city was angry and they were mad, this stuff kept bubbling under. And I almost feel like in our families, we got this ooze running beneath us. And the madder we get, the more this stuff bubbles up to the point where it has nowhere else to go and it's just going to explode out. You know, and I believe that's what's happening with our boys. I believe that there's too much complexity, there's too many issues, not enough resources, not enough love, not enough attention, and that anger is beginning to bubble under. And my fear is what happens when that anger explodes.